Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day Beyonce.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love. It's 90-day gate. Let's love.
You have appallingly coarse hands, and mine are the fine hands of an aristocrat.
Oh, goodness.
As we saw them on the YouTube Live, and someone said, your wrists are so supple.
You know, I actually once...
We had fun on our YouTube Live.
We did.
Like our Facebook group. We have fun in there.
We do.
Sissy Squad.
You know, I once gave a guy a hand job, and he said, you have really soft hands.
It's never what you want to hear.
No, he said it made him spooge quicker.
But it's...
I took it as a compliment.
I don't think for a man that's...
I don't want
really
callous
soft
hands on my junk.
But I just... It sounds like a strange thing for a man to say to another man.
You know what's in my head now? Daddy's hands were soft when I was crying.
That song is about the father beating their child.
You know what? But we had a sissy who said that. I brought it up. It brought a tear to her eye. Made her miss her daddy.
You know, sometimes we miss our parents in complicated ways.
What do you think will make you miss your mother?
Oh, God. Listening to Air Supply. She's a big fan.
Really?
Even the nights are better. She loves. I grew up listening to the Beatles.
Yeah.
Air Supply, Anne Murray, and oldies.
My mom liked Anne Murray and the Beatles. I don't know about Air Supply, but your mom was way more into music.
Neil Diamond.
Didn't your mom want to fuck
They're coming to America.
Didn't your mom want to fuck Neil Diamond?
Yeah. She's like,
and
he's
Rod
so sexy. And Rod
Stewart.
She's like, Rod Stewart came out in this orange suit, and it was so sexy. And I'm like, stop. Stop talking about people in a sexualized way, especially Rod Stewart.
I watched a little bit on Pillow Talk. No, Clapback. Emily's in Australia, right? It was Emily? Who was the lesbian couple in Australia? Stephanie,
Erica.
And so anyway,
God, you can't remember shit.
Erica's watching some of the scenes where she's making out with Stephanie, and her parents are there, her cool, awesome parents, and she's like, gross, gross, gross. And the mom was like, so what? It doesn't matter. And
I love her parents.
Eric was trying to pass it off, and Dad said, well, if you want, I can just snog your mom right here. And he started to go in, and she died. It was awesome. I love her parents,
them.
too. They're good people.
Glitterbugging. Follow Glitterbugging. That's Erica, y'all.
Who's that hiding in the treetops?
The Glitterbug.
The Glitterbug.
That was our version of the Jitterbug, which was cut from the movie.
Cut from the movie Wizard of Oz.
You know, you're dealing with two fags when you're talking about cut songs from the Wizard of Oz.
I don't think there were any other cut songs, were there?
There's some stuff that's in the stage show that they wrote that they didn't have to include.
Y'all look up. It's actually pretty good. Look up the Jitterbug of Wizard of Oz, and they filmed it. So you'll see the actual dance between her and especially that.
Was it just I think stills.
Oh, maybe it is.
Yeah, I think
just
it's just
stills. It is.
This is by the way. This is 90 Day Gay.
This is 90 Day Gay. 5 minutes in. This is toe.
The other way.
The other way. Crossing the line.
The other way. I've crossed the line many a times.
Boy, that's the truth.
Lights out in the barracks.
Wow.
It's all a mouth is a mouth in the dark, as they say.
Wow, that actually made my stomach turn. Wow. Wow.
Close my mouth.
What
I'm
are
the
those
dark.
things that in plastic wrap on your
That's
piano?
my speakers that I need to. That I'm going to attach to my laptop.
Oh, okay.
Why don't you focus on the now?
Well, they've been
and
sitting there
us.
for a week. I didn't know.
They have literally been there for like 2 days.
Well,
So you need to stop futzing with my house.
y'all, Poodle won't unwrap things. He had a box of low-carb pasta outside his hallway for like 2
You know
weeks.
why? 'Cause I didn't wanna eat it.
And then when you told me it was low-carb pasta,
You're like, I
was
wouldn't want to eat that either.
leave it out. Leave it out.
It's
Oh,
not
boy.
the same. If y'all have had like Miracle Noodle, like shirataki pasta, it is not the same.
Just don't
you
have
think
it.
You think it's gonna be good, and then you eat it, and you're like, why do I feel sad?
You've gone to great efforts to make that zucchini pasta.
It's
That looks
never
like
the
shit.
same. It's never the same. Zoodles. I don't know. I can get down with zoodles occasionally.
What's zoodles?
Zucchini noodles.
Oh, so they. Oh, okay. Well, that's clever. Well, no, I didn't know. Like, is it
They just replaced the first word first letter with another one. Boy, you're easy to impress.
please? Well,
That's what they called you in college.
Yep.
Easy to please. She'll take anything.
sure. All right.
This is Toe. This is episode. What number of episode is this? Like 7? 6?
I think it's 7.
I don't know. Don't come to us for information.
But it's called Crossing the Line.
Crossing
if
the
they want that.
Line.
Let's see. I feel like just look right here. The other way. This is episode 9.
Wow.
We're getting through. Well, remember we've got 22 of these.
Yeah. I feel like Happily Never After has had fewer. Maybe they've had 9 too.
I don't know. I can't look again. I don't want to waste time.
Who cares?
Who cares?
So
Who
y'all,
cares?
this is Ari and Ariella.
Wait, real quick before we jump in, a couple announcements.
Yes, thank you.
One announcement I want to say is, y'all, so we are recapping Darcy and Stacey.
Yes.
We're very excited for this.
This was not a unanimous decision, but we decided on it. It's going to be on our regular feed.
It's true. Poodle said, make them pay. I always make them pay
That is
for
not
it.
what I
No,
said. They always
pay. And
Gotta pay the toll.
so we thought, no, we're going to...
We
already
it was
knew.
a
Yeah, I'm kidding.
decision.
He didn't say that.
It was a mutual
So
decision.
we're going to do that on the regular podcast.
On the regular podcast.
But then when he realized we were going to do 3 shows a week on our regular feed, he was exhausted immediately.
I just try to give you guys so much.
So we're hoping it all goes well that Darcy and Stacey will air on, I guess
The
it'll air-
16th of July.
It'll air on 16th
Or
on
August,
Sunday
sorry.
night.
It's the smothered slot.
We're gonna figure it out when it's gonna air. We don't know if it's gonna go Monday night.
Oh, you mean when it's gonna
'cause we
drop?
already have a Monday night show of Happily Ever After. We're still working on that.
It'll probably be Sunday. We're thinking.
Thing is,
It'll be really hard to drop it.
We're hoping for Sunday night, but sometimes that's hard, y'all, when shit goes
Yeah,
down. But as long as we keep coronaing,
because that means we have to watch it. It comes on at 10 here, you guys.
So yeah.
And so yeah.
As long as if Poodle Sling tapes it on our TiVo, it's fine. But if it tapes it later,
Don't tell our secrets. The sling.
so sometimes, but y'all, half the time it doesn't work because Poodle pressed the wrong button, and then we're watching a show at fucking 10 o'clock at night and doing a podcast
That's
at
fair.
midnight.
That's fair.
That's
A lot of times, all you have to do is press the wrong button.
That's my life.
Can you imagine if like the self-destruct button was right next to like the self-cleaning oven button?
We'd be dead.
I know.
I'd have to have one. It's got to be in that box cover with the key that unlocks it.
Do not open.
Do not open.
Mm-hmm.
We also have another announcement, Poodle. Do you remember? You want to announce? Oh, never mind. I'll do it. Jesus.
No, I'm taking a moment.
Our
it
Bi-Curious.
oh yeah, the Bi-Curious episode is Indian matchmaking. We're dropping it early, y'all.
We're doing it a special because
doing it well.
I represent Queen. She
was
was
raised
raised out
out of
of Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Fuck me, LL Cool J.
So it's Indian matchmaking.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna drop one episode on Friday, probably the first episode, and then we do episode. I believe we did 6 Because
6 or
it
7.
was
Yeah.
more. We're not going to do the whole series.
And kind of a where are they now?
Yeah.
We're not doing the whole series because
Fuck y'all. Everyone's coming for us like a motherfucker.
it was either time of y'all. We either did all of Indian matchmaking or we
Or
didn't.
Darcy and
Or we
Stacey.
didn't do Darcy and Stacey. And we always come
What
for
you
our
gonna
queen.
choose?
We're going to come for our queen. So, so yeah, but we decided to do 2 by Curious. So one's going to air, it's normally the first Friday of every month, but y'all,
Yeah.
we're
It's gonna
giving
be
it early. It's going to be on the 31st.
Early, and then we'll drop one maybe the first or second week of August.
Yeah, we'll probably do it the first week of August because once they get one, they're going to be, once they
All
get
those-
a taste.
all those heroin addicts.
Yeah,
Just
they're
love
gonna
it.
be coming for us. So anyway,
Yes, have
y'all.
some smack.
Anyway, that's what we will be doing.
So, and there was then you guys. Some of you have been coming at us for about Love After Lockup.
Mm-hmm.
It's Love After Lockup, y'all. Lalu.
We're having fun.
Lalu.
I like it.
It just rolls off the tongue.
Lalu.
Lalu.
It kind of makes it sound nicer than it actually
Or it
is.
sounds like some type of Swedish singer who's got like an asymmetrical haircut.
Yeah.
You all were here to see Lalu. I'm going to perform everyone's favorite single, Morstik des Vaters, also known as fried mashed potatoes. I'd pay to see Lalu.
I
That's
would
not
too.
true. I would make her give me tickets.
It's true.
I pay to see very few people.
You would probably pay to see Lalu because there probably would be
Lalu.
gay Swedish boys or
Yeah.
Swedish guys that are, you can't tell if they're gay or not.
Oh, my favorite
which just-
kind.
Yep, that drives you crazy. Y'all, if Poodle can't tell that
Ooh.
if you're gay or not, he's going to want to suck your dick.
You were never there for Williams Week when this guy, he was kind of around and he had basically said he was bi, but he had a girlfriend, but we weren't sure. And
I think I was there that week.
And the whole time he was so hot.
What was I was there because you obsessed over him.
Oh, we were literally spent every spare
you
moment
spent
together.
all the time together with him.
Yes.
And did you ever fuck around?
No, unfortunately. He did like massage my shoulders and we talked about how we enjoyed being friends.
And what was his name?
No, Peter.
I think it was Peter.
He was so cute.
Peter.
Peter.
He's got to be with a guy now.
I missed my chance.
Y'all, I forgot about that.
There was a moonlit night where I almost kissed him.
I forgot about that. He did tell y'all he was bi, and you were obsessed with him.
I was like walking around,
Like
every time I was in like the dining hall. Where's Peter? Where's Peter?
Y'all, we didn't see Jake for the whole week. Y'all,
Oh, I was on a mission, y'all.
there is nothing like a summer camp love. Whether you're
that's the truth.
whether you're a camper or a counselor,
Or
they still make a good show. I think about summer
Or
camp.
for me, there's nothing like blowing a guy in the bathroom with the Firefly.
Yeah, that was a good bar.
Too shishi. The drinks were too
It's
expensive.
true.
You just had to drink before you go out.
Hashtag Lennox, Massachusetts.
Lennox.
We'll be there again one day.
One day.
One day.
When the planes start to fly again.
But anyway,
So, where
Love
are
After
we?
Lockup's fun, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay, let's jump into Ari and Binyam.
Ari and Binyam. Baby.
Baby.
I can never tell if she's saying BB or baby
I
with her
can't either.
accent.
I can't either.
Again, gotta say that Ari's still not getting a fan in me yet of her. Besides the fact that, as a listener pointed out, she looks like the sloth from Ice Age. I now can't see anything else.
It's like Jenny and the Chicken. It's ruined for me now.
So the first thing
That
she
sloth
says,
from Ice Age is funny, though. It is funny.
the first thing she says is, "So I moved to Ethiopia 2 days ago, and nothing has really turned out the way I thought it would." Oh, y'all, if that's the first thing you hear, you just want to smack her.
It's disappointing not settling into a new home, so we're
Yeah.
staying in my mom's
They're
hotel
shacking
room.
up with the mom, so there ain't no sex.
And this was a great editing because it showed Binyam and Ari together, kind
Waking
of close
up.
cut, and then they did a wide shot of Janice over the
Just sitting
corner.
over there in the corner saying,
She's like,
"Hi, guys."
"Hi, how'd you sleep?" How'd you sleep, boy? Oh, you're really tired.
I heard you having a night terror, Binyam.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just so weird.
Yep.
They're just sitting there in her Airbnb.
Yep.
All three of them, like
of 'em.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory's like grandparents in their beds.
That's true. But there's no golden ticket.
No.
There's just a toilet without a seat cover. And it's not golden. It's just covered in urine.
And roads that seem really, really run down.
Really run down. Oh, this will be good for your labor,
Oh,
Ari.
that was some shade, and I loved it. Janice is master of shade, y'all.
She's pretty good
Mad
at it.
respect.
She's pretty good.
Mad respect. Now, I've got to see, sometimes it feels a little offensive to me, but I'll be honest. Binyam has told them very little about what's going to happen.
Well, also, too, there's
and Ari's like, I'll go with it.
There's shade just to be shady, but then there's shade when you actually have a leg to stand on, and that's Janice.
Janice has a lot of good shade to share.
She's coming from, you kind of can't argue with a lot of things she's coming from. But
so they're in Mom's Airbnb.
Yeah.
And so they're going to visit the hospital today.
Uh-huh.
And the roads could use a little repair.
They're a little bumpy.
And she's like, well, look at this. Ari, this is great. You can kind of this will help your labor.
I mean, honestly, not to sound too privileged, y'all, but La Brea south of Olympic is horrible. It's kind of the same thing till you get to like the 10, get onto the 10.
I complained worse about Wilshire this past with all the trucks
with
on
all
them.
the metro. We've been going through it here.
Although rarely did I see actual dirt on the roads in
No,
an actual
it's
pit.
true. Yeah.
Yeah. The roads could be repaved, I believe, in Addis Ababa.
And insert the Californian music.
When you go down to Ventura, and you take the 101, and you go to the 5. Y'all, that really is, it's basically how to get places. That's all we talk about.
Did people when people watch the Californian SNL sketch, I feel like, did everybody else get it, or was it just Californians
I think
that
it was
got it?
very niche.
It was really niche.
I think they got the people how they act.
Yeah.
It was so niche.
It's so niche. Anyway,
what are you doing here?
So they go to the hospital, and Ari says, I'm nervous. If this goes bad, then it's not going to be great. And even on the way, Janice is like, so what questions do you have?
Yeah.
And Ari's like, well, I want to know if I get my own room, and I want to know about...
I want my own room.
And I want to know about pain management.
And she's like, and Binyam, do you have questions? He's like, I'm kind of riding this thing out.
Yeah, just
and
kind of...
she's like, you know what? Got to be 50-50. Mom is getting it in there with those needles.
She is.
I love it.
One of our sissies told us that... who I believe was from Ethiopia, basically said that for there's only a certain amount of beds, and most people are free to a room, and so for her to get her own room and pay for that means she's kicking 2 other people out.
That's some privileged shit.
Yeah,
y'all.
that's kind of fucked up.
We read that a while back, and they said for a quick flight to Kenya, she could have everything she wants.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all. We don't like this bitch.
We don't like her.
And it has not changed.
It is not. Netflix just told me in an alert, are you into casual viewing? And I feel like Netflix just hit on me. Netflix.
You better put yes. I want to see what's there.
Gosh.
Piano Cat 77 is into casual viewing. That's one of my turn-ons.
We need to watch. Some of the sissies have told us there's a Netflix show called 362 or I6. It's like,
what the fuck are you talking
there's
about?
Some show on Netflix that's a European thing where it's people sucking a guy's dick, and all half of our sissies are finger banging themselves to it.
They're all sluts.
It's like
and we're all
necrophilia.
sex positive. We're all sex positive. They're more horny than we are.
They are. It's like that movie with the necrophilia movie with Shia LaBeouf.
It's not called necrophilia. That's one to fuck dead people.
Ow! It's
nymphomaniac.
Nymphomaniac. I knew it started with the N. And it was about sex.
Don't get those two confused. It's not like Crips or Crips.
Necrophilia with Shia LaBeouf.
I Googled just a little bit about Crips and Bloods. This is from our conversation on Love After Lockup. Lalu. And they're not sure where they got Crip from. Some thought it was like a term that was considered about community, but they think it was also because Crips often the gangs had canes. And so they would call them cripples.
Yes.
And so they had, but they're not really sure where the term took off.
Some sissies thought it was Crip as well because they would say like there was a saying like till the grave or whatever. I guess that started. I don't know.
You know, you still don't have a leg to stand on.
Anyway,
Crip. CRIPS, everybody.
Necrophilia. Let's talk about the hospital. So, y'all, so we go into the hospital. Again, editors just show a thing of really wilted flowers. So they're really building this up.
It looks okay. The outside sketch, but they get in there and she's telling the nurse, she's like, my husband's a doctor, so I can't wait to see this. Y'all, when someone says, my husband's a doctor, run. They're going to have a lot of opinions.
Is Janice a Karen?
I don't think she's reaching Karen level.
I don't think she is either.
No offense to Karens out there.
It's true.
Not metaphorical Karens, actual Karens who are named Karen.
Yeah.
So she even says, she's like, there's a lot of nice equipment in here. So Janice is impressed. So they have a NICU. They have medication. She's like, so who has access to the babies? No one's going to be stealing babies anywhere. And the nurse is like, no, we have tags on them.
Well, that's actually, because that still, for a while, happened a lot in the United States.
People were stealing babies.
Y'all, switch at birth was a big deal for us.
I was obsessed with people who could be switched at birth.
Yes, I thought maybe I was switched.
I would tell, you got your mother's big ears.
I do. And I look like my dad.
I could never. I thought I was adopted for a long time. But my mother said,
just like his.
I know,
like
but I'm just so different than them. That's
that's my reason too. But thank you for putting yourself in my shoes.
Sometimes when you put yourself in someone's shoes, you guys, you understand a little bit where they're coming from.
Put yourself in my shoes.
Or as was it who said?
That's a good Clint Black
who said?
song.
Was it Larissa said? No, you have to walk in shoes.
Walk in
my
shoesy.
shoes. No, what was it, Larissa? It was someone else.
Anyway, so
she says, no, we tagged the babies. And she's like, if there's pain in the uterus, we put 2 kilos of sandbags on you.
They try to do natural first.
And she's like, yeah, okay.
But if that doesn't work, then they'll do medicine.
Yeah.
So
and then
she was surprised.
She gets on the ball and she rolls around and like Benjamin is like trying to kiss her neck. I'm like,
okay,
fuck.
We see how she
got a little hot.
We see how she got pregnant.
Yeah.
Y'all, Benjamin is good at what he does.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Kool-Aid Man. Speaking of, I saw this because it came up in my YouTube suggestions. I saw a kind of a wedding video, like kind of showing up of Bria and Binyam, his first wife.
Oh.
Y'all can look this up. Bria, Bria. And it was like their wedding photographer or their videographer showing what they could do. Very artistically done. Okay. First of all, they did a dance at their reception.
Well, he's a dancer.
With him and her.
Yeah.
She was a dancer too.
Oh, well then of course they're going to be dancers.
Come on. You think that's okay to do a dance at their okay.
No.
It's too much. You can kind of have fun. She also sang when she was walking down the aisle.
While she was walking down the aisle?
Bitch had a microphone.
I don't mind the dance at the reception as much, but I'm singing down. Come on.
But it was also a very hot dance. He was also shirtless.
Oh, I think
it was like a modern dance.
Wow.
It was a lot. Anyway, all I could think of is they just someone put that out there thinking, so he has a daughter and who he doesn't really see, I believe.
Yeah.
In America.
Was she pretty?
Yeah, she's very pretty.
Huh.
No, don't go there. Huh.
No, I'm just kind of like, it's just such.
And obviously she was a dancer, so he was fucking around with dancers.
We're getting him.
Ari's not a dancer.
We're getting more information, but it's not.
We still haven't figured it out, you guys.
We don't know. So let's get to this.
They
go to have traditional coffee.
I will say, Janice says, I think I'm okay with this hospital.
Yeah, Janice is fine with the hospital.
Yeah. So they're going to get coffee. The coffee looks good.
It does.
They're having with popcorn, which I love.
I kind of love that too. I thought it was a great idea.
I love popcorn.
So, here's the thing as we get into this, but I want to ask you, do you think Biniam is acting like there's a language barrier, or is there really a language barrier, or is he kind of playing like he doesn't know because he doesn't want to answer?
I think there is a language barrier. Also, I think he's trying to say as little as possible.
I think both as
about
well.
that first marriage.
Yeah.
Y'all, let's be honest. Biniam's a fuckboy. Let's just be honest.
He is a fuckboy.
He's a fuckboy. You don't marry fuckboys.
Yeah.
Everything about him screams fuckboy.
Everything.
Yeah. And
I mean,
maybe she'll domesticate him.
Really?
I don't know.
She's not.
Did you think that Ari's maternity dress she was wearing?
I liked that
no,
dress.
it looked gorgeous.
I loved
but
it.
But did it seem a little out of place?
Yes.
Okay. It looked like a really expensive maternity dress.
It kind of did. Maybe it's not.
But she complained about sitting in a chair.
She probably got to
I really can't stand the bitch.
She probably got to pee in the pod or some shit.
There's something about her that twists a knife in me. I don't know what it is. Maybe it was when she tried to explain what privilege was to Biniam. And it was like so meta. My head popped off. It rolled on the floor.
Head pop. Because she's like, do you know what privilege is?
Do you know what privilege is? I mean, I'm like the embodiment of it. Have you seen it?
You know what it is? I think that bothers her the most about me.
Bothers her the most about you.
Bothers.
No, she fucking hates us. I'll tell you that if she listens to us.
And I know this is my own personal bias. But it really irks me as y'all. I know I have my own privilege. You have your own privilege.
Yeah.
But we are not the most privileged people in the country. There was people that were far wealthier than me, far more resources than me. And so I get really upset and unnerved when someone who should know better and has had access to know better has chosen not to know better.
I think she's a wealthy white girl playing with people's lives.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think she...
Sorry, that's real talk, y'all.
If you... Like, a part of her really knows what she's doing.
Oh, totally.
But she's like...
She walks through it until it's reality.
And she's so just like, well, I didn't... And she
even says, I get overwhelmed really easily. It's because she can't process.
No, I think because she won't process.
Well, yeah, that's probably true.
I think that she made a decision to... Now, granted... She's had some mental illness. She addressed on social media.
Did she say it was mental illness? She did have a problem with cutting.
If you're cutting, you're dealing with depression
I guess
anxiety,
so.
like some type of mental illness. I don't mean like personality disorder, just any mental illness. Right. But she talked about cutting and that was self-harm that she
which
did.
I'm glad she did talk about it.
I'm glad she did, too.
Because people were speculating.
So I'm not saying that just because she's this like cute, rich white girl, she hasn't had problems. I'm not saying that. It's the fact of that she clearly is not. It's just that she is choosing to be so ignorant.
With this airing in 2020, in July of 2020, August of 2020, this is problematic as fuck, y'all.
It is.
People who are watching it are going, you did not need to do all this.
Yeah, it is the same thing that I feel like, again, you know, Jake and I don't feel like this is political. It's the frustration I get when I see people that know better to wear a mask and don't wear a fucking mask and get sick.
Yep.
You know better. I don't have time for that.
Yep.
As our friend Liz Asti, a Southerner, says, it's foolishness.
It's foolishness.
She's foolishness.
So, so Janice is asking about the first wife, and she's like, well, really? He's like,
yeah, she sits down first of all.
Know.
She says, "There's some questions I need to ask you." Like she preps him,
and she's like, "I don't know." He's like, "I don't know how it really happened. Anyway, I'm still confused about why she divorced me." Not a good answer.
And he's like, she
And
saw a
Ari's sitting
message of
there
an old
like-
friend and she wasn't happy. And I'm like, what? And then she said, basically, y'all, she thought he was cheating on him, but he said he wasn't.
This is like that Seinfeld episode
And so
where the girl says yada 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 all the time, and then she yada yada yada'd over the part where she fucked her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah. That's one episode I've
Yeah.
seen. That is totally what happened.
You know what? Yada yada yada. I was up there in the department store and yada yada. Saw a nice Piaget watch. Yada yada. Now I'm doing 5 to 10.
Yeah.
She yada yada and like, could she? Is it possible she yada yada'd over sex? Yeah, he yada yada'd, y'all.
Yada yada.
Biniam is yada yada.
Yeah, he because
We're
y'all,
not saying he cheated. We're saying he's leaving out very important
because
details.
when he meets probably a wealthy woman from America that he's dancing for, I bet his English gets much better.
Possibly.
I'm just saying. Like at this point, I'm wondering. Like I know he's a dancer, but is he a fucking escort?
He's a fuckboy. He is. He's going to, and he probably, y'all, fuckboys have their own code of ethics, and they can be super devoted to you, but as long as they've rationalized that I'm still devoted to my wife or my girlfriend, I can fuck around.
Have you fallen for a fuckboy?
Maybe.
I don't think I have actually.
Maybe I'm one. Oh my god! Am I a fuckboy? I kind of am. Although I have a little more emotion in it usually.
What define that for you? For people that
Fuckboys?
don't know, what is your definition of
A
fuckboy?
fuckboy is mostly a heterosexual guy.
Okay.
And it is a guy who there's a couple different ways to see this. It's a guy who has lots of different girls around him at any time and is seeing lots of different girls, or it's a guy who only wants sex, who is like a fuckboy. Like and women often say, "I'm tired of these fuckboys who just want to like bed you and see you." But another idea about fuckboys is that they kind of will chase anything.
So kind of like back in their 20s, like the Lawrence brothers.
Yes. Wow. That's a
Whoa.
whoa.
Whoa. Y'all, I can say that from experience because
That's a really out of date reference.
it is. Because we have partied with the Lawrence brothers.
We have.
Remember that night?
Yes.
That was a weird LA night.
And then you were like, you got ripped, and they were trying to tell him about what
we got really drunk. Yeah, we were with Poodle and I and our friend Sissy. We got so drunk, and then Jake almost did drugs with the youngest Lawrence brother because he found out doing drugs, and then Lindsay stopped you from doing that.
Yeah.
That was a night to remember.
That was weird.
And then I remember arm in arm singing with his mom in the parking
It was
lot. We were
weird.
all just drunk.
It was a weird LA night.
Up in Hollywood, too. Weird shit happens in Hollywood.
So you guys, so he has a child who he's seen like once or twice.
Yes.
And she said, I gotta ask, you already have married a woman, you're gonna have another baby with an American. Do you want to come to the U.S.? He's like, no, I don't. Of course he does.
This is what... Oh, yeah. This is what she didn't ask, and I'm confused. Why hasn't someone asked... Why has he not come to the U.S. already?
It is I feel like we are up for a reveal.
There has to be, because at this point, is there
has to be a
is there an
reveal, you
immigration
guys.
thing with y'all? Come for us. Is it hard if you're Ethiopian to go to the U.S.?
I don't know.
I don't think it's on a
We don't
list.
have any type of antagonistic relationship towards
so
them.
so
Maybe there was some kind of terrorist thing a while back.
maybe Ethiopian sissies let us know because
Ethiopian sissies are people in the know about Ethiopia. Why can't Benyon come, or is it something specifically to him?
he says that's not in his plan. Because you would think if you already have a child in a country,
and he's a dancer and a choreographer, I feel like there's going to be more work here.
I don't
Maybe I'm
know.
wrong.
Maybe we're wrong. So then Janice gets down to brass tacks. She was like, what are you going to do for work? Because this is going to cost money.
He's like, I'm a dancer, and then I will start singing.
And she,
That's like when I told my mom and dad I was going to major in music.
Yep, same.
And my mom's like, but what else are you going to do?
Yep. My mother, you should get an accounting degree too. And I said,
you would be absolutely miserable as a CPA. Miserable.
well, do you know, I told my mother, I said, I'm never going to need an accounting degree.
And
then,
now you do.
And then 2 years ago, because y'all, I worked at my cubicle job for years, but for like 15 years, I was like just the office bitch and just did the office work. And then the last 2 years, I switched, and now I do the QuickBooks and pay the bills. And I told my mom,
that would have come into handy.
oh boy, was I reminded. I said, oh, Mom, I'm going to take this position. I mean, without a beat. Well, I guess that accounting degree would have come in handy.
She's been saving. She's been holding on to that one a while.
So anyway, I've got to give it to Janice, though, because Janice didn't like roll her eyes or anything. She said, well, is that enough to pay for supplies for a baby and food and things like that? And then Ari goes, yeah.
Like it's the first time she's heard it. I don't know, baby.
And that's why I'm like, I can't have sympathy for either of you.
No.
Because you are both fucking children.
Yeah.
And you're fucking with your children's lives.
Her parents are going to wind up paying for this baby.
Oh, they're going to pay for this baby, and they're going to bring her back to the United States. And guess what?
Kicking and
they're
screaming.
They're going to end up raising this baby.
Probably.
She's not going to do this. She's going to be a horrible, horrible
Y'all,
mother.
We all know lots of girls like Ari.
Yeah.
That's one of the problems. We all know a Tania. We all know an Ari. Like, it's a problem.
I think Tania would be a better mother than Ari.
I agree, and Tania, I feel like, is more intelligent.
Yes.
I can't believe... Who am I? I'm defending Tania.
Well, Tania doesn't come from privilege. You can tell that Tania is in her own world, but she has had to make things work and fight for her life.
To her own detriment.
Yes. She almost takes it on as a martyr, where Ari has never had to fight for anything in her life.
And every time her mom brings up something, she's like, oh, yeah, we should talk about that.
She's like, oh, she's horrible. I can't stand her.
I have yet to meet an Ari defender, actually.
I don't know. And, you know,
we have people who defend Brittany. Now, Brittany's crazy, y'all, too. But the stories are very different.
They're very different. And then, you know, I want to feel sorry in a way for Biniam, but I don't. I don't. I think he's gross, too.
Yeah. He's a fuckboy.
What kind of man has a child and then
I think he's
doesn't
it may be that he's prevented from seeing his child.
There's
which
something.
Is
we need to know more context.
It may
be melanated way. Find out the news.
We should talk to Katrina about that. I'm sure she knows.
Surely.
Let's talk about cheese stick, y'all.
Woo! I'm going to Colombia.
I fall on the floor every time he goes, well, when I'm going to go to Colombia.
I'm so excited to go to Colombia.
To see Melyza. But he pronounces her name like she's country queen of the fair.
Yes.
Melyza.
Now, y'all, people were kind of shocked in that. So Tim lands in Colombia. Colombia. He can fucking speak Spanish. And people are shocked.
It's not as fluent as some people would expect.
It is one of the best we've seen on 90 Days.
Some of the best.
I mean, can you imagine Paul?
No.
Landing the visit?
Friend, no parlo inglese. I got to get this fucking cat out of here, friend.
Exactly. Exactly.
So he's bringing and Pepe, the cat. Can you imagine traveling with a cat and a cat carrier?
I can't.
I would lose my fucking mind. So
didn't that cat just piss all over shit because it's pissed off?
So anyway, we see Melyza, and Melyza has got her. I wrote down her bedroom eyes. You know, she's that like thick-lidded eyes. She's gorgeous.
She's very pretty.
The bedroom eyes, and she's got kind of thin lips. She's got resting bitch face for days.
Oh, I haven't noticed.
If she smiles, it's a beautiful smile, but her regular is like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. She has that look too, because she's got those hooded eyes.
She seems smarter than a lot of people we've had. Do you think she's going to get blindsided by him or see through the bullshit?
No, she's going to punish him until he begs.
I think she is too, which isn't the best
dynamic. No, it's not. Y'all, this is gonna be a disaster.
Because here's something that he says later on, and we'll bring it up, but just to give you all frame of reference, this cheating thing happened a year ago.
Yeah.
1 year. That's a long time.
She's going to punish him. there's never going to be an end to it as far as she's concerned until he fucks up again, and then she can finally break up with him. She's going to punish him until he says it's too much.
Because the way they both talk about it feels so brand new.
They also haven't gotten to, and maybe it's that he hasn't. They haven't gotten to the root of the cheating. Because, y'all, cheating has a root, and it's usually emotional.
Yeah, we talked about that last time, and they haven't got to that shit at all.
They haven't gotten to it.
And good luck if you're going to go to couples therapy in Colombia. I don't know, but I doubt it.
So she brings her 2 dogs.
Yes.
And they're, like, wandering around, and I think Tim, and this is the thing, you guys. Cheese stick. I can't not say it that way. Cheese stick really is he's like, yeah, normally it's me coming to Colombia, and now it's me, and I've completely destroyed her. Oh boy.
Bark. Eat your mozzarella, it's good for protein.
Someone fix my water bowl. Because he's a golden retriever, y'all. I will say, someone posted a picture of their golden retriever sitting in a chair, and I loved it because I love when dogs sit like people. And it says, "My golden retriever is very upset about being compared to Cheese Stick."
It was pretty funny.
Y'all, golden retrievers would talk like that. Please just pat me on the head.
Please just pat me. I'm gonna roll over.
Your golden is thinking that.
If you get my penis, that's okay. It feels good.
If you brush my penis, we'll call it a day.
Yeah. Whoop, popsicle.
Whoops, push popping. Holy shit.
You smell good. Anyway, y'all.
Where were we?
So he's nervous. He is nervous how she is going to receive him.
And she's like, this one, talking about her dog, she's like, this one got fat, but she's loving to see her new cat. I don't know if it's her cat or his.
Well, I think it's both their cat, maybe. So she sees the cake, and then she noticed, Cheese Stick looks a little...
She's like,
gordito.
He's like, I've gotten fat too. She's like, yeah, he has gained a bit of weight. It's very evident. And you know what? He looks so different. She's got a shade to her, and I love it.
She even brought a fucking clown car to move all their shit.
It should have been you might not have brought your 2 dogs when you're in a roller skate car.
Yeah, I mean...
He's got 2 pieces of luggage, 2 live dogs, and a live cat, y'all.
Yep.
Bark.
But they get him in the suitcase.
Arf.
And then they get it home. They get in Colombia.
Scratch my neck.
Scratch my neck, honey. They're walking around, and Cheese Stick is like, holy crap, I'm more out of shape than I thought I was.
Throw a stick.
It's hilly. Golly.
Colombia's gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful.
Pictures I've seen are beautiful.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. I'm responding that way it looks.
Yeah.
I've never been.
I've seen. Yeah, I want to go. I would go for like 4 months.
I have a
Spanish
feeling. I have a feeling. I would love to see you learn Spanish.
I do want to learn Spanish. That's what. Because one of my best friends is from Colombia, and his mom has a school, so I could go for free and learn Spanish.
I would like to watch the process of you.
Te llamo. ¿Cómo se dice Cheese Stick?
Y'all, we know how language kind of evades you.
You're gonna see. I'm gonna learn Spanish and be fluent and talking in front of you, and you're gonna be shamed.
Oh,
yes.
Why don't we see who can learn Spanish the quickest?
Sure, go.
Let's do it now.
Okay.
I learned Chinese in like a week.
You did not learn the entire Chinese. You just learned 4 racist things to say.
No, I learned the names of the towns. Someone said I pronounced it very well. Happy New Year.
Great.
Anyway, so you guys, they're looking around at the town. They're getting some street food, and she's like, Janice, you guys, she's like, I still have some questions about what happened.
About the girl that you were with.
And he says, she's like, I don't understand. She's like, well, we were going to have some conversations, and then it turned to flirting.
And
then it turned to hanging out. Now,
and I invited her to come over.
You don't invite if you are in a relationship, or you're not. I don't think they were ever engaged, but he had a girlfriend in another country.
Yes.
You don't invite another straight girl who you work with over to pal around and watch a movie.
Well, first of all, you really shouldn't do that. Even if you're single, you shouldn't do that with someone
you work with.
Period.
I agree. Don't shit where you eat.
So then, on top of that, y'all, we're not saying men and women can't be friends. If you've been friends for a while, that's different.
It's better if you're a straight man that your female friend is a lesbian. It's just better that way.
Find a good Ruth.
Yeah.
Find a good Ruth.
Or find, if you want to be with not even then, I would say be friends with a woman who you can agree you're not attracted to each other.
And that's fine. But I think the thing is this someone who is, I think it's different because let's say this is your best friend of 10 years who comes over to your house and y'all watch 90 Day Fiancé.
Oh, that's completely different.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Tim and Veronica.
Yeah, well, they fucked.
They had a child. Never mind.
But no, is it? I think her child was someone else.
Yeah, you're right.
But anyway,
Veronica.
There are those situations. But this is someone new.
Yeah.
And then he put that bullshit line. He was like, I invited her over, and I didn't know what was going to happen. And then
I guess I was just naive, and I gave in to my urges.
And then she came inside, and then she had a treat in her pocket. And then I started wagging my tail and started petting.
And I started push popping.
And
my push pop shot out some vanilla pudding,
and
y'all.
It was that faking bacon, honey. I love them faking bacon.
I hank her for her hunk of vagina.
That was fucking bullshit. You knew exactly. Poodle, have you ever invited a guy over here and not known what the pretense was?
Absolutely not.
Thank you.
I try to make it clear to them, too.
You're like, hey,
just
you want to come over?
Just as long as we know where things are going.
So Jake says, you want to come over? And they say, sure. And Jake says, to fuck me, right? And they say, yeah.
No, I mean to insert
your
me.
dick.
No, I got it.
In my man pussy. Yes. No, when I say man pussy, I mean butthole. ...
Stop!
Rectum. Bot.
No!
Pumpkin eater.
Pumpkin eater. That's disgusting.
My gay Aiken.
My clinker. My fart clapper. My rusty trombone.
My rip van poke me. We could have a podcast of just
names
ripping
for
up
buttholes.
That's some funny shit.
So basically, y'all, he kind of gives the same thing that if you were in like Protestant church and you went to a camp, and they're like, "Well, I didn't know men have urges, and I felt like I needed to have them satisfied right at that moment." And it was kind of her fault because she knew that men have urges,
and she was far away,
and she put herself in that. I was talking about the girl. She put herself in close contact with me, so it's really the girl I cheated on's fault.
This is why he went to that fucking terrible reparative that religious-based therapist.
Oh,
not
awful.
that all religious-based therapists are bad, but she was horrible.
Yeah.
Because, y'all, he's been in therapy. Therefore, when she asked him this, he should, like you said, he should have a good, intelligent, emotional response to say, well, I really think, yes, I asked her over, but he could have said, I felt like the distance apart, it wasn't your fault, but I was feeling lonely.
Yeah.
I was feeling that I wasn't being loved.
Yeah.
Like even those things.
And she hears this. Melyza hears this as just he's making excuses for his own cheating.
Yeah.
Because of the way he's doing it.
Yes.
And that's why, you guys, she can't accept it from him because she thinks he hasn't fully apologized.
And
she's going to punish him.
And it's not that it doesn't make sense, but it's just not genuine.
Yeah.
And she knows that.
And the way to get even with him, because she's not going to get it. She's not going to get an apology. The way is to basically make him beg for mercy. That's kind of in the back of her head.
Unless
I can't say she's wrong either.
And I don't know if she's necessarily a mean, bitter person.
No,
I mean,
she's been hurt though.
But I feel like, y'all, that is the truth. If you are apologizing to someone, I bet if he came from it from an emotional standpoint, she might understand it more.
I agree.
Because she doesn't seem unreasonable.
No.
It's that he's being fucking ridiculous.
She consents because, y'all, she's savvy because she said, I could tell from his social media that he was cheating. Y'all, people know.
People
know when you're a cheater. So if you're cheating out there and you haven't told your wife about it or your husband,
they know.
They kind of know.
They know.
And
energetically.
there's a
energetically,
voice.
They know.
Yeah, I know.
Unless you're a sociopath, because they can
That's
fucking
hard
trick
to know.
people.
Yeah. Anyway, so he basically said, I love it when she says at the end, so it's my fault that you were disrespectful and unfaithful.
Yeah,
and y'all, that's when she said that. First of all, it was kind of warranted by the way he was talking, but as soon as she went there, they drew their lines in the sand, y'all. These two are going to have a really hard time.
Because they're not.
They're still not speaking the same language.
Here's another thing that I thought, y'all, this happened a year ago.
Yeah.
So they should have been able to have many conversations about this. This is like, again, what I said earlier. It's as if they're having this conversation for the first time.
Yeah, or they're having the conversation over and over again.
But it's just nothing's getting processed.
And he won't actually clarify with
no.
her. That's all for Cheese Stick. Should we take a quick break?
Let's do it.
Okay. Y'all, we're back.
All right.
We're back after the break.
Let's jump into Kenneth and
Armando. They're just exploring their town like gays.
Like gays. I don't know what that means.
Looking and saying, "Oh, that's so cute, honey. Look at that. Look at that woman like gardening. She's kneading that masa with her both hands.
I'm glad
that's
you're
adorable.
Taking us back 3 centuries.
We're still here. If you've ever seen the Gay House Hunters, you know what I mean.
It's true.
We are still here.
We're
still in the minstrel shows for gay guys.
We are.
Well,
we
have yet to get past that. So
my hand itches. What does that mean? Your hand itches.
You have poison oak?
I thought it meant something.
It means something like
so you're going to get money
or something.
A hand job.
Or money for a hand job.
Hey! You know, I've never been paid to have any type of sexual thing. I would feel accomplished if that happened to me. If it was good money.
I'm not sure if I've been paid because I've been bought a really nice dinner and fucked somebody. And then at the end, I'm like, did I just fuck someone for dinner?
Y'all, Poodle will do a lot of things for shrimp.
Oh, God.
He loves shrimp.
Or like really, really good seafood.
He'll
Lobster.
do it.
Boy.
And y'all, he says really, really good seafood. You could get him Red Lobster.
Popcorn shrimp. Yeah, I'd popcorn shrimp. And you bought all my vodka, and you bought all the alcohol.
And a cheddar biscuit.
Make me go halfways.
He's there.
I thought I mentioned on the podcast, my favorite thing to do, if I'm not sure who's going to pay, you go to the bathroom right before they bring the check.
You have mentioned that.
Yeah. And then they're not sure who should pay, so the guy normally does. You just stay gone for an abnormally amount of time. It works pretty well.
Wow.
Anyway, Kenneth and Armando. So Kenneth says, "Give me your hand," and he says, "No, not here." Let's talk about this. This was a little triggering for me.
Okay.
Mostly because I'm not a fan of PDA.
Okay.
It's not. You're talking to me like.
No, I'm listening to you. I said okay.
Okay. I'm not a fan of PDA, really. But if I was in Mexico, if I was in my hometown, I would have a problem holding hands with a guy I was dating walking down the street. I'd have a problem with that. Not necessarily that I thought I would get beat up, but I would not want to hear anything bad about it.
I totally agree with that. It's seen on social media. A lot of people are coming for Kenneth on this. I saw, they were angry at him for pressuring Armando.
Yeah, I saw that too. It does, and Armando does feel a lot of pressure because Kenneth has been out for like 35 years.
It does. So, y'all, they've been together for a while. So I know that they're newly together here, but it's contextual that they've been together for a while because I was triggered in another way. In that I see both sides of it. I'm like
when
you.
he said, "I'm farther ahead than you are."
No, I was triggered.
that bothered me too.
Well, but I don't think he was wrong in that. To be honest,
not a race though.
I really relate to Kenneth because when I met my partner now of almost 6 years, he was not out, and he still is very private. I'm even in LA. He's not comfortable walking down the streets of West Hollywood holding my hand.
Even in West Hollywood,
yes, and because that's his process. Whereas me, you know me, I'll fucking lick somebody up and down. I'm like,
yeah, you're gross.
Totally, and I'm actually
you're disgusting.
I'm not really into like PDA, like making out, but I do things even like it's not even a boyfriend.
You'll grab and hold their hand.
I'll put my hand on your back and just pat your back. Sometimes I'm just a touchy person. So,
yeah, and I made me to talk to you about that.
So
it's not necessary.
I get Kenneth's struggle. I actually see Kenneth's point of it's been a long time that he's finally been able to be with Armando, and I understand because my attitude is I understand it's that balance of if I'm in LA, I'm like fuck it, I don't care what people think. If people think if people want to say stuff. You've got it as a gay person or as anybody, but once you realize that you actually don't give a fuck about what other people think, it's freeing. And that's hard. And so he is farther along in that process.
Yeah.
But if I was not even in Mexico, you're right. If I was back in Lone Grove, Oklahoma, I would not hold my boyfriend's hand.
Now,
if I'm
in Silver Lake walking to a place, I would never reach out and grab a guy I've been dating's hand.
Mm-hmm.
If they did it to me, I would hold their hand because I always think they like that. I'm not going to do that because I don't like people touching me.
Yeah.
So it's nothing. It has nothing to do. But if they want to hold,
But in their context, I think they both do like to touch each other.
I think so too.
Got so much anxiety,
but I feel like, it's just a question of Armando is not. He even says it's such a macho culture, and he doesn't feel safe because he doesn't feel safe in his own skin.
Yes, it is his environment. That's what I was going to say. It's about how you conceptualize and feel yourself,
right?
But it is, as someone who's experienced it, even though I know he doesn't mean to. When my own partner does that, it feels like a slight, and it feels like there's a part of you that
when you reach for his hand and he pulls it back?
There's a part of you that feels rebuked. You feel like you're whatever. It's hurtful.
Yeah.
And so I don't think there's a right or wrong in it. What I love about this, I think it kind of shows the process of being gay is not the same in the same place. Well, it's so different where you are.
Yeah, and I agree, and I feel like Kenneth was missing the point when he said, "What's the problem with others seeing that you care?"
I do think that's
missing the point.
Yeah, and I do think that Kenneth
it's more
is
to
coming
do with
from
Armando than it does. Yeah,
it's missing the point, and it is a little bit. I mean, again, I'm someone who likes affection, but I'm like, Kenneth, you're not in fucking Mexico City.
No,
you're in the middle of like country Mexico.
Yeah, and you guys. I know it's weird to talk about how small of a thing it is, but you're going to hold your wife's hand. No one bats an eye. But I guarantee you, even if you're the most gay-affirming person in the world, you see two guys holding hands, your eyes go, whoop.
And you look at her.
You're going to look at women. I do.
Yeah, and I think, because you're trying to figure out how can I take that one guy away from the other one.
I'm like, could I deal with the two of them? The old one, no. The younger one, how can I get in the middle of that?
Yeah, but you're totally right. And so it's you know, to be honest, for straight people, you don't realize, and it's a privilege that you're able to hold each other's hand in public.
Yep.
And
no one think anything of it.
And I don't think there's going to be a time in our lifetime where Jake and I are with our partners and feel like we can do that. I don't know if I'm ever going to feel, even in LA, if I was with my partner in West Hollywood holding his hand, there would still be a part of me that would be like, still worried if somebody would say something.
I wouldn't care.
Just
at
the
that
way
point.
we were brought up, there would still be a little voice. It's like the critic, but I know it's not real.
And I wouldn't, and I'm not going to have, I'm just saying, you want to reach out and hold my hand in West Hollywood, really anywhere in Los Angeles, I don't care as long as we can beat the person's ass who comes for us.
Yeah.
However, I'm just letting it be known, I'm not going to reach out because I don't want to hold hands with you as a rule.
However, though, Jake doesn't want you to hold his hand. However, if you want to put your hands down his pants and feel of his
completely
butt,
okay.
That can happen. That can happen.
You just need to go around the corner and against the wall.
Or in front of the bar with everybody watching, because I've seen it. Anyway, I think it's like it's going to be their process, and I think that anyway,
it's something that they need to talk about more because it's much more about who each of them are.
Yeah,
it's much more about like what Kenny thinks he needs in PDA in public. Mm-hmm. He needs that,
and
it's much more about what Armando is comfortable with. And so they just haven't talked with it.
But what
much.
I think, while we're both talking about this a little bit, A, because we are gay, but B, we hope people, this is not situational just to Mexico. Y'all, this happens
everywhere.
This happens in Missouri. This happens in North Dakota. It happens in New York City. Like, it happens everywhere across our country. And just know that when two people that are the same sex in a relationship, it is an act, even just of holding hands, of defiance and activism.
It's an act of protest.
To do that. And so we're taking that chance, you know, because it's always a little scary.
And honestly, when someone does do that with me, I'm very proud that they want to walk down the street with me. Again, I would never actually do it. It just doesn't reaching out to hold someone's hand when I'm walking is just not something that I would ever think to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why.
You weren't touched as much as a kid, were you?
I was touched plenty. That sounds strange. I'll have you know, I was touched every day.
I bet your mother used to literally walk behind you and say, "I just want to give you a hug. Let me hug you."
No, I was nestled when my mother would hug you and my dad would hug me. I would act like I did not want to hug them. I'm just sensory like that.
Yeah, it's a sensory thing.
It's too much, you guys.
Yeah,
that's and so. But if you have kids who are like, "I don't want you to hug me," it could be that they're pretty highly sensitive.
Yeah, it's a sensory thing.
It's just too much.
Y'all, Poodle, you'll touch him, he flinches.
I still do it.
He still to this day.
Yeah. And I don't know, and people have said that to me, that like, did something happen to you? And I said, not really.
No, it's just like
It's just that I'm...
Is your brother that way?
No, not at all. My brother loves all affection would hug on my mom.
Mm.
It was just never something I did.
Yeah.
That's
why he was in that coma, and I just rubbed his arm the whole time, and he could say nothing.
You could.
Yeah.
The only time I wake up on my coma, I'm like, "What are you doing, faggot?"
Yeah, giving you Reiki.
Get out of my face! Stop touching me.
So
anyway, so you guys, they're at the very end of the thing. They're like a huge statue of Jesus,
and boy, they made a statement.
And
I mean, by 90 Day, by film, you think a lot of people are
was a statement.
Quite religious that watched 90 Day Fiancé.
And they looked up and says, "Think you'd approve of us?" And I thought of, did you see this Jesus? He's a queen. He's like, girl, get it, y'all, get his 401k.
Yes. Who wrote Corpus Christi? Sorry, that makes me think
Terrence
of it.
McNally.
Yes. Sorry. That's a play where Jesus is gay.
Yeah. Anyway, you guys, and he says, "I'm what I am because of you." And Kenny says, "Would you like to kiss me in front of Jesus?" And then they kiss. And Jesus goes, "Yeah!" Gay love is the best love.
He literally puts his hands up. How did you get here? No.
Ain't nobody supposed to be here.
Y'all, Jesus walked around in a loincloth with 12 guys. Come on. Shit went down.
I got all my apostles and me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Anyway. Simultaneous.
Well, hope we didn't lose just like a lot of people. Like,
Well, if they didn't leave when I talked about the apostles after Jesus, I'm like, do we have to do this?
It's true.
We can all like go our separate ways, right? Is anybody else doing this?
Oh,
I think we're fine.
I think we're fine.
Brittany and Yazan,
Brittany
you guys.
Yazan.
So
Okay, they're gonna go meet their uncle. His uncle. Speaking of religious,
Yazan.
Ibrahim, which I'm assuming it's
Ibrahim.
Abraham. Why did I write there are so many kisses?
Oh,
Oh,
because his uncle kissed him like 6 more times
what
than he
the
needed
fuck
to.
I
That
get
may
that's
be
cultural,
something.
but it was a lot.
It was.
It was like, I thought
And
it
there
was
was like 3 on one side.
I thought it was
triple
a
kiss.
fucking Mel Brooks bit.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
And I love it now that she's not wearing hijab. She's just dressing, and he's fine with it. And it's kind of like we've gotten somewhere. I don't know how much further we're going to get.
Not that far.
So the uncle...
Not that far.
The uncle the uncle is an educated person, Ibrahim his. And he tells his uncle about the fight. And it really, and I wrote this, it really, really makes Brittany angry and frustrates her and triggers her when other people are talking in a language and she can't hear.
There's a way, though, that you can fix that.
Translating? Or learn the language?
The fucking language.
That's true.
Of where you're moving to.
Agreed.
Like, you really see here, we've kind of been saying, like, is Yazan just not telling her? Is she not telling him? He doesn't speak English that well.
No,
he is not able to say a lot of things because when his uncle would say something and his uncle would say something, now just tell her she needs to change her life.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of religion. She's going to have to change her
She's
clothes.
going to have to dress the wrong way. He changed her job, which means she's not going to be a social media person or a rapper probably.
And then Brittany says, what did he say?
He says, well, you must change like a lot.
And I'm like,
I like it how he's got Valley Girl speak.
Yeah.
You must change like a lot.
And I just went, oh my God. They literally.
They are very cagey with what they actually share with one another.
Yeah. It's really, you can
and guess
see.
what? That's not what a relationship is built on.
Because the whole time I'm thinking, she's making him jump through all these hoops when she is still fucking married.
Yep. That really gets to me too.
I mean,
and so we kind of hear, you guys, an interesting concept. We know that Yazan and Brittany can't quote unquote date. They don't think they need to get married right away.
Mm-hmm.
But she wants to wait for her father to get there. And the uncle says this is very interesting. He's like, you know what? It's forbidden to make someone convert to Islam by force. They need to accept it. And so
I don't think she heard that.
Yeah. And the uncle's basically saying, yeah, the father's kind of in the wrong here. Of mandating you.
Yes.
Because he's like, your father's a bit conservative.
Now, he doesn't say a bit. He says conservative.
Yeah.
And so that's the kind of first time, y'all, because we've been getting a lot of sissies from the Jordan area are like, this is not Jordan
they're
we know at all.
This is not normal.
Like, apparently, Jake could literally go and, like, go to a gay club in Jordan and then be like,
I don't know 90 Day Gays does not endorse that impression of Arabic at all.
I don't know how to say it.
And I do not either. Maybe not like...
I was just trying.
I need to leave.
Don't even write us about that because it's done.
So he basically says she's going to have to change the way she dresses. She's going to change her job. And he's like, you must change like a lot. And the uncle does agree to talk to the dad.
And even when he's talking to her, he tells Yazan's kind of talking to her. And the uncle says, don't be shy and hide from her.
Yeah.
Tell her
he
everything.
He tells her to do it. Yeah.
It was like in Into the Woods. Tell her what does it say at the end? Tell her the story.
Tell her the story.
I can't. Tell her.
Yeah.
Careful the things you say. Brittany won't listen.
I bawl like a baby in that last bit.
It's very
I bawl like a
moving.
baby. And the baker's wife comes back. Tell the story. Blah 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 blah. Oh, ball like a baby.
Did you enjoy that movie? I did for the most part. There was a couple problems I had. That's a whole other podcast. That's a whole other podcast.
What I'd like to say is they cut one of the best songs in the show, and it's about the whole baker's arc, which is No More.
Yeah, they did cut No More. That is...
It's a huge... And if anybody...
That's like the penultimate... That is his moment.
I'm not... and I will say it probably stopped the show, but... And for the movie, it probably didn't work, but they should have fought for that song. And it's heard in the instrumental during that scene. Doesn't matter.
They kind of did do it in like in a dialogue way, but it just didn't work.
Didn't work. And it's hard to make a very earnest moment read very well on screen with what they were doing with the style of that movie. It was hard. Yeah. Anyway, it's a wonderful show. Movie is like 6 out of 10 for me.
I'd say that, yeah.
The singing just could have been better. You know who was great? The Princes, Chris Pine and what's his name? Billy Magnuson. They were fantastic.
They were fantastic.
Fantastic.
I actually did think... I mean, her singing was okay, but God, Emily Blunt, her acting in that movie,
it was dead on. It
was great.
She was.
Although you kind of wish
good.
You kind of wish the baker's wife was less pretty. Like she's.
They both should be character actors.
Yeah,
guys.
they should be character.
They should be in their 40s.
They're supposed to be older, yeah,
and having a hard time conceiving.
Yeah.
Sorry,
we just went down a gay hole. That's what we're gonna.
A gay hole.
A gay hole. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it. Basically, Yazan says, my uncle's going to talk to him to give us time.
Yeah. Should we move on to our final...
Jihoon!
Lonely Heart, Jihoon and Deavan.
Oh, boy. You know, Deavan and her mom, Alicia, are walking around a market, and I'm going to say this. That Drusilla's behaving herself.
She is. I don't know if she's grown out of it or she just medicated to an inch of her life.
She's a really cute kid, I have to say.
She is. She looks just like Deavan.
She's really beautiful.
Yeah. So anyway, Drusilla is running around the market. I will say Deavan can kind of speak Korean. She bought some vegetables.
Some stuff.
I was shocked.
She was.
Then Drusilla loves the squid and wants the squid. But until she sees fish, and she's like, cut their heads off. And Drusilla...
It reminded me of like in Bed Knobs and Broomsticks when Portobello Road.
Portobello Road. Portobello Road. With Portobello Road.
Y'all, if you haven't seen the movie Bed Knobs and Broomsticks...
It's wonderful.
Don't watch the deleted scenes.
No.
They're bad.
They're bad. And that weird thing with the magic with the Nazis at the end, very strange.
It's still a great movie.
It's a great movie.
Anyway,
so Drusilla...
We said anyway together like 10 times.
Drusilla really wants to cut the fish's head off.
Yeah, she's like, got it. And Devan's like, she was just mesmerized.
She was just mesmerized. I now have a dead fish with her in a bag. And Drusilla's like smiling. I wonder if she'll just eat the fish raw.
So they go and they eat lunch. And that's kind of where Alicia and Deavan and...
This is the thing, you guys. Google Translate, you can put your...
that's the thing.
You can just put your phone over what things are.
That's why does she use this translator when your Google phone works?
It's weird. Maybe they...
She got a sponsorship?
Maybe. Edie.
Well, they lost some money on that one this episode.
So anyway, they basically... This is actually a good idea. If you're in a foreign country and you can't speak the language, say, bring me your best dish. And sometimes you're going to get crazy shit. Like, sometimes you're going to get bugs. I would not have eaten the bugs.
Did you get bugs in China?
We were served crickets. I did not eat them. I was served chicken feet, though, and I ate chicken feet.
Were they good?
Yeah. I wouldn't choose them again. I ate tripe. I ate pig's fat.
Is it hard to be a vegetarian in China?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Unless you go to very specific vegetarian restaurants.
Wow.
Yeah. It's hard. Yeah, a lot of things are cooked in meat.
Do they have a lot of cheese there?
None.
Yeah, they don't. I just realized that.
A lot of people in there's some like if you go to you can get like you can get cheese, but in general, it's not a big dairy heavy culture. Like we went to the Pizza Hut one time and you could get pizza, but like a lot of Asian
Just
people
one
are
time?
lactose intolerant. Maybe 3 times. Thank you. Anyway, so they bring looks like some bulgogi, and Drusilla doesn't want to eat the kimchi. And she's like, it's spicy, and Devan's like, drink your water.
Drink your water.
I like that,
and she does. I mean,
but Alicia's like, I don't like anything exotic, so she
Exotic.
wasn't eating anything.
yeah.
Yeah, y'all, Korean food is very good. It's probably. I don't know. I love Japanese food too, and I love I love all Asian food. Let's be honest.
It is. That's good.
Korean's good though.
So this is where they're kind of talking about what's going to happen, and it boils down to basically she tells her mom that Jihoon lied to her, and she says he has his account in his mom's account. Instead of giving me money to help with the baby, he's been saving this money
And then using some of it.
and and then lied to her about it. And she said, so I want to meet with his mom and
find out where the money
find out
is.
what's going on. And Alicia's like, well, if it was my choice, we'd go home on a plane right now.
Yeah, exactly.
And so is that kind of all that happened with them? With her and her mom?
Yeah, with her and her mom, yeah.
And then I think, y'all, that's it. That's the show. That's all we got.
That's it. Y'all, we
Y'all-
got to track about the translator.
And now... And now the translator. Oh, boy. Oh.
So, the funniest thing about it, this would have been a very sad scene had the translator not broken down. So, anyway, Jihoon's parents are there to meet Deavan.
Yeah.
And I like it when Deavan came in, he's like, stand up, and she's like, shut up, don't tell me to stand up.
Mom has kind of always been kind of pleasant, but a little shady. Mom's over it.
Yeah.
She's pissed.
She's done.
She's like, fuck this. We're done.
She's Mama Debbie. I'm done.
I'm done.
Anyway, so they're there at the table, and Jihoon is basically saying, "I admit I was wrong. I admit I was selfish." And the father apologizes. Saying, I wish we had sent you money for the baby. I think things go a little haywire, you guys.
I think the best way that we could possibly do this is Hal Poodle.
Another episode of 90 Days Theater. That's not it.
We got to figure out how to end that.
Got to put a trill on the end of it. No, that's a goat trill. Yeah, that's enough.
Anyway, y'all. Okay, so imagine you're all sitting on a table.
Yeah.
Y'all know what's
Am I going to be the voice of the translator?
Yeah, unless I want to say something.
Okay. Okay.
No,
glad there are rules.
Poodle's going to be the voice of the translator. And, yeah, we're just going to see how this goes. And scene. So, hi, Jihoon's family. And Jihoon, this is Deavan. So you told me that you were going to take care of me. That's why I moved over here. That's why I brought my mother, who I really can't stand. This is why I brought my daughter and your child, and I give up everything in my life, including that friend at the Mac counter that really set me up with like that great discount. And anyway, and now I'm here, and you lied to me about everything.
Beep. That was a very long back thing to say. However, the gist of it was you lied to me, and I think you are a piece of shit. There are other people who are better for Deavan.
지금 내 잘못을 인정하고 너가 한국에 있는 동안 돈 걱정 안 하게끔 내가 다시 열심히 해서 우리 가족들을 책임질게.
I'm sorry. I was really selfish. I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah, but or why is your money going into your mom's bank account?
I think something is a little fishy there. Come out with it, man boy.
나는 정말 이기적이었다. 미안해.
I was afraid of making poison darts all way in lawn.
내가 또 실수를 할까봐, 내가 그 돈을 또 낭비를 할까봐.
I wanted to spend lots of money on myself mostly. I'm a piece of shit.
Translator.
I just thought you were making money for us. That's why I came here. That's why I flew here.
Beep. Birds fly up my poop chute.
마지막 기회를 줘.
As his son looks at the bridegroom, we look down the Ganges River and smile, and then we know everything will be all right at the North Pole.
I'm really confused of what you're saying.
Beep. Let me interrupt you, Deavan. Do you think you could love a white and black translator? If we could form something lasting?
Maybe. Why are you vibrating in my hand?
This guy's a piece of shit. Look at him. Look at him.
But I have a baby. Why? You're vibrating so hard in my hand.
Stick me into your now in front of his parents.
Are you in love with me?
Yes. And scene. Who knew the reason why the translator was fucking up? Because he wanted to fuck Deavan.
It's true. And the translator, is a woman.
That's right.
Yeah. Sappho, the translator. Who knew?
She practices the love that does not speak his name.
Y'all, this is bad. It's bad when first of all, the translator is horrible. But it's bad when Jihoon can't even look her in the eye when he walks by. It's
very, very bad.
And you know why the mom's angry? I bet the mom is ashamed at her son.
Yeah.
And that's why, because even when she's trying to speak, and then she was like, tell her the money was to use for her here. Speak. And they're fighting over the translator.
Yeah, it's so bad, you guys.
And he's just screaming in Korean.
And she laughs. And she's like, this isn't a joke. And then he's like, oh, I'm a joke? So the whole thing is one big misunderstanding.
Well, she says, you scammed me, you tricked me. And the translator says that. And
you tricked me.
And that's when mom laughs in her face.
Yeah.
This might be
and
too
he
broken
says,
to be...
go back to America.
I think this is too broken to be repaired. Don't you?
Yeah. Anyway, that's the show.
And although it is funny how Jihoon says, I'm not a joke. I'm real serious. You're a joke, Jihoon.
You're a joke,
You're
honey.
a joke. Anyway, y'all.
Is it time for... We need to do shout-outs and the Sissy Spotlight.
Yes, let's do first Spotlight. Sissy Spotlight.
Okay. Here we go, y'all.
I just want to say something real quick. Some people that came for this Sissy Spotlight song, they're like, Matt, I love that song too. I'm glad you sing it. Y'all, I agree with Jake. It's a horrible fucking song. I do not like that song.
Whenever they write a new song for a musical movie, y'all, it's almost 100% garbage.
That song is a shit song.
It's stupid.
But it's what I hear in my head when I say Sissy Spotlight. And on that note, play it, Sam.
Oh, you guys, Maddie and Poodle. I don't want my name to be used on the podcast simply because it's not about me. But there is a fellow sissy in the squad named Holly L., who is suffering mightily with a horrible pain, having thrown out her fiancé for very good reasons. And I think I can speak for everyone when I say to her, and I say to you, and I say to everybody else, that no matter how awful it feels inside when you've got that bomb that went off and everything makes no sense and it hurts to breathe and it makes you feel like your life will absolutely never be anything but agony, that you survive. And when you're done surviving and breathing and taking the next step, that you will thrive. And the day will come that you look back on this mess and you recognize how grateful you are and how lucky you are that you dodged a bullet like that. So please remember, every one of us needs to keep going, Queen.
That was inspiring.
Wow.
That was like, boy, we're shitty at our job.
So y'all, that sissy...
Wow. We need to
that
do better.
Sissy just came for us.
That was beautiful. Y'all, when Poodle and I listened to this,
we kind of stopped on the couch, and I went, "Oh, that's really special that our group can do something like that's our Facebook group, the Sissy Squad,
y'all,
you guys."
That is the Sissy Squad. You know, a lot of people come. A lot of people don't like Facebook, and we get that. You don't have to be on Facebook if you don't want to follow us.
Just make
on
up a
90 Day Grace.
name.
Yeah, but I told someone to be Donna Dick Down or
Donna
whatever.
Down for Dicks, and she's Donna Down in the squad.
And that's what her name is, Donna Down. So, y'all, you could be like Frederick Pick-a-Dick, whatever you want to be. It's fine. Just make up a name because
that's the kind of support we're getting.
That is
you
the
guys.
kind of support that we. And don't worry, there's also funny memes, and usually once a month, Facebook reports us because someone actually tries to post
a penis.
a picture of a penis, and we're gonna say that again, y'all.
You gotta stop doing that. You can't post an actual dick.
I know we talk about them all the time, but you can't.
No posting of actual dick.
No.
You can post a zucchini that looks like a penis.
That's fine. You baked a bachelorette bread. You're having somebody that is, getting hand sanitizer out of a penis. Maybe.
That's a close call. That looked like a penis.
But y'all, Mark Zuckerberg is not dick positive.
And if you see just a veiny, throbbing penis and say, I need to put it on the Sissy Squad, you need to think twice about that because we'll get reported.
Now,
not by one of you. It violates a standard.
Yeah, Facebook.
And then they shut us down because of too many dicks.
Oh, a sissy has never reported a picture of a dick.
No.
Because we're all dick pic. They're all like, yes, it's Facebook that catches it. So anyway, y'all, that's on that. And with that, speaking of Facebook Poodle, it's time.
It's time for our shout-outs.
Sissy shout-out.
Where are we on?
Let's look at the letter of gay. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Mary, for doing the letter of gay. We appreciate it very, very much. We are on O and P. You down with OPP?
Yeah, you know me.
Wow.
I'll do O.
Okay, we can't do... Okay, look at who we can't do, who we've already done before.
Look at who we can't do. Okay.
And I'll do P. P is for cookie. That's good enough for me. Y'all, you can also go to our website. You can go to 90daygays.com.
Okay, I'll do O.
Okay. And
how do I find this?
do it on your phone. It's just easier to find.
That's probably easier.
Yeah.
You're right.
Y'all go to 90 Days.
You're exactly right.
Go to 90days.com. You can see we are posting. Christina is helping us. We are doing memes.
We're gonna do some memes, y'all.
Up the storm. She is killing it. We've got our Love After Lockup memes. She's got Smothered. It's not that difficult.
No, my phone wasn't letting me get on there.
Also, y'all, our merch is 30 or 35% off. It's discounted. Merch is discounted right now, so go to 90daygays.com. You can go click on the merch and see all that good stuff.
Start looking for the poodle vanity pillow collection.
I'm not going to let you say it
soon.
Have you been working on it?
How do I do Sissy Squad groups? Okay.
What happened to you?
Well, when I choose groups, it's very different on Chatterbait.
Great. Anyway, all right. Do you need me to go first? I'm ready to go.
You
okay.
bitch.
Well, I'm ready when you are. I'm just waiting. This is riveting.
You go first. I'm not sure.
Y'all, this sissy shout out goes to a sissy in the squad who's an OG, been here for, golly, a long time. This sissy is... Golly.
Jesus Christ.
This goes out to Melyza.
Okay.
Because I can't make up this last name. How do you even say that?
Pasalakwa.
Mm-hmm. Melyza Pasalakwa.
I like it how Melyza is harder for you to say now.
Melyza Pasalakwa. Y'all.
Pasalakwa.
Melyza, she is a sissy. She's a very beautiful sissy who is a little vain.
I'm glad you looked at her.
I had to look up her name. She's so pretty that y'all, she can't not pass a mirror and not check her makeup, check her hair, and that's okay because she looks looks great. And so a lot of people don't know that Melyza, she really is a huge fan of Dynasty.
Okay.
Grew up watching them, even though she wasn't born yet. Her grandma, Bo Cheetah, watched them, and so she grew up watching Dynasty. And
Bo Cheetah.
And
wow.
so she's decided, since she has the same name as one of the characters from Dynasty, that sounds like Melyza.
It's Alexis, not Melyza.
Oh, well, so it's a different name, but it is Alexis. She's Melyza.
Jesus.
But she won't go anywhere without shoulder pads and full rhinestones.
I understand
Y'all-
that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Y'all, but here's the deal. She goes to the junior high football games for her son's football games. All the parents think she's uppity because she's got her makeup done. She's got full-on pads. And just, even though it doesn't matter, she always, if there's a wrong call, she purposely brings her Sonic cup out to the field and throws her drinks in a coach's face. Every game, even when they win.
Good for her.
It makes no sense, but she's living her best Dynasty life. But now another woman moved into the neighborhood who wants to be, because there was Alexa, but then who was Alexa's foil? I'm glad you've been listening to my story.
What? Something about Alexa's
Who's
foil?
Alexa's foil? The woman Alexa hated on Dynasty.
Oh, Linda Evans.
Yeah, Crystal. I asked him because I couldn't.
Am I making
couldn't
that
remember
up?
it. So anyway, there's this woman coming to town who thinks she's the new Crystal, and guess what? She's actually Melyza's long lost sister, y'all.
Wow.
So
this is involved.
well, and this I'm leaving y'all with the cliffhanger because this Friday night they're going to have a slap off on the high school football field. So, y'all, if y'all are anywhere near...
I've had a slap off on the high school football field before. Sorry to waylay you.
Wow. So, y'all, if y'all are anywhere near Lansing, Michigan on Friday night tonight...
That sounds like a real town.
Y'all go to that football town because Melyza's going to beat the shit out of her sister in rhinestones.
Out of Crystal.
And that's your sissy shout-out. Mistle. Yes.
My sissy shout out goes out to Polly Tomara.
Oh, Jesus.
Polly Tomara. I'm going to do this in a narrative structure. Very kind of a little different. I'm going to tell her story.
Great.
It was a long time ago in a kingdom. It's a we used to be in Ireland. And we went across. The young one was not yet two, and but me, Polly Tamara, knew what I had to do. I stopped from my job as a washerwoman, and I made it across the sea, all the way to Tampa, Florida, and I knew I had discovered the new world. When I found porn.
Jesus.
And I knew I could do Irish porn. And it usually involved serving Guinness to drunks and letting them suck my boobies while I was pouring beer out of my stein onto their face. And so I, Polly Tamara, I decided I did not want to do porn anymore because it was the dream of the new world. And when I was on the ship, I was looking out over the world and I said, I, Polly Tamara, must take over this. And then I decided to run for the unofficial porn queen of Tampa, Florida. And now I rule as the porn queen. I don't fuck on camera anymore, but I do it because I love it. And everyone loves me. And Horshin Bigora, Lucky Charms.
Oh, come tell me, Sean O'Farrell, tell me why you hurry so. Hush a boogle, hush and listen, and his cheeks were all aglow.
Let's do a dance. Let's do a dance. Woo!
Y'all, That's the show,
That's the show,
everybody.
y'all.
That's the show,
Let me
everybody.
just say, her fucking name is Molly Tomara. That actually came with corned beef and cabbage when I say it.
Molly, Kate, and Melyza, we wish you well. We wish you well. Y'all, you can find everything about us at 90 Day Gay.
Tomara.
Find us on Instagram or Twitter, wherever you do the socials. You can go to our public Facebook page, is 90 Day Gays on Facebook, or you can go to our private group, the Sissy Squad, where you're always appreciated. Y'all love After Lockup Lalu.
Lalu.
Be sure to check it out. That episode's up. Smothered's coming out on Wednesday.
Yes.
Oh,
the last real episode.
It's real. And our bi-curious Indian matchmaking drops on Friday. Boy, you can't say we're not giving you anything, can you?
I've been fucked to death this week.
All right, y'all.
Metaphorically.
Yeah,
definitely not
literally.
real.
It's all, don't get him started. You know, everybody, we call these people lonely hearts because, Poodle, aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love with a translator?
Yeah. And if you want to put me in a hot roast costume and lick me up and down where the sun shines, Mary, all the time, please find me at apartment 25B. Bye.
Call us.